How in the world do you screw up something so easy? Seriously, Niantic. How? We could sit here and talk forever about the failings that Niantic has done with Pokemon Go. From advertising and all this other stuff, telling us how we're gonna be able to go out and catch Pokemon, and then have gyms, and spin the stops, and battle with our friends, and trade with them, and all this other stuff, and then we don't get half of that? I mean, seriously. Their whole promo and everything about the trading and battling your friends, and then the lackluster battling to begin with is a whole other thing. We could talk about that all dang day. They finally have rolled out trading. And they still screwed that up. I mean, it's one thing to not get it, especially after it was part of the thing. It should have came with the ability to trade with people. Instead, you didn't. But then you finally roll out trading, and you screw that the high heckin' back. How? I really, really, really believe that Pokemon Let's Go is honestly what Nintendo and Game Freak had in mind when Niantic pitched their original thing to do Pokemon Go. And that's probably where it should have been. Something similar to that, minus maybe the gameplay element, the storyline and stuff. But, Niantic, how do you mess this up? Why is it messed up? So many things. First off, it was supposed to be rolled out for 10 and up from the get-go. Couldn't do that. Instead, they were so afraid of their servers bogging down, of course. They decided, trading's rolled out, but only if you're 40 or above. About a day later, gotta be 38 and above. A few days later, I think they finally have now rolled out the friend system to where you can add people and have your little social group together on your Pokemon Go app. All the way starting at level 10. But it took them several days to get there. And then, of course, they didn't tell anybody about it either. They just did the update and said, alright, we're good to go. And then everybody had to figure out, oh, wait, yeah, we meet the level requirements, but we can't do it for a while right now. And I think they went ahead and after that backlash, just was like, okay, we need to seriously set it up for 10. Because these people are upset. And rightfully so. And then the trading. The trading should be simple. I get the idea. You gotta be within like 100 kilometers of somebody to trade with them. Or, that's totally fine. Totally okay. I'm not asking them for a global link system or anything like that. Where you can just throw, I've got this Rattata and I want a Pidgey. Or anything like that and trade it that way. I understand that. I'm not expecting them to do that. But, if I want to sit here and trade with whoever while they're next to me, I should be able to get to trade. Whatever it is that I've got that they want, then trade it. But no, there are artificial blockades in front of me being able to do trading, along with anybody else. First off, of course they gotta be level 10 to do it. Alright, that one I get. They don't want people getting, farming up new accounts or whatever and bogging down the systems and doing all this cheating and other stuff, and I get that. It's a deterrent. You're gonna have to actually have an account and play it long enough to make it hit 10 in order to access the social features. I got that. Understandable. But now in order for me to make this trade, I'm gonna have to have Stardust. Stardust I already have to have, plus candies in order to level up a Pokemon CP, which is already a pain in its own self. I hate that system, but being that it's a free game, they gotta make their money somehow. But now, in order for me to trade, I'm gonna have to spend Stardust. And to trade for something you already got, It's only 100 Stardust, something like that. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, you can go out and catch a couple of wild Pokemon and have the Stardust to do it. That's really not that big of an issue. However, most people are not going to trade for something they already have. Unless it's something powerful. Maybe it's got a good EV-IV spread to it. Or whatever, and their friend has this amazing Gyarados that they want. Well, in order, of course, to trade that, it's going to be considered a special trade, which costs an absorbent amount of Stardust. Way more than it should. And then on top of that, if your friend's giving you this particular Pokemon because maybe A, you don't have it, and B, you need a strong one to sort of round out what you've been running around town with and taking gyms or whatever, it may not be strong when it gets to you. You could be level 40 and your friend could be 2. They could trade you said Gyarados. Gyarados has got like perfect stats. You check it out. It is amazing. Its attack, its defense are both excellent. They're great. Or whatever the case may be. You've gone through the calculating, you found out this thing is almost perfect in everything but, HP. And you would like to have it because you ain't got nothing near that strength, and your friend's gonna let you have it because, you're friends. That's what you do. So they trade it to you. The Gyarados you get, not only have you spent a ton of Stardust for it, which is ridiculous at that point, because you didn't have it, because it's a special trade, of course, but it's also now incredibly weak. Because when you trade, it will now randomize the CP, the IVs, and all that good stuff, the stats, and re-roll it. And of course you can only do this once, which I understand why they put that in there, because if you're going to randomly re-roll stats, there's nothing keeping you from trading this Gyarados back and forth, other than maybe a Stardust requirement, until you get perfect stats on it again. But do you know what would actually prevent that from happening? Not randomizing the damn freaking stats. I mean, seriously. What is the point at that point? Literally, you've created a trading system and an economy that will go with it, a trading and economy with it, that will go with I'm only going to trade because I don't have that in my Pokedex. That is the only reason for me to trade at this point. Because trading for something strong from somebody, from a friend, amounts to almost no use whatsoever, unless you have a very strong friend bond, which is the other blockade that they've decided to put into your thing. Is not only can you add people as friends, but apparently you've got to do things with those friends, like send them gifts that you can only get from spinning stops and go to raids and other things. And I've got several friends playing Go, but we don't exactly go and raid or anything like that together because of our schedules or anything. We just, if we see something, we go and mess with it or whatnot, but we can't get together and do all that. But we could possibly send gifts to one another. But at the same time, you've got to build up that friendship level. From friends to whatever friends, good friends and best friends, just to increase the likelihood that that good Gyarados that you're going to trade is actually going to re-roll into something just equally as good. The other benefits to being best friends, of course, reduces the Stardust cost of the trade. Which I can go ahead and, yeah, that's a good thing you threw that in there, because if you didn't do anything to reduce that Stardust cost, oh my gosh, I don't even begin to want to think how that would play out. At least you've got something you can do to try and reduce that stupid Stardust cost just to trade. The trading system is all whacked up. You trade something, the IVs are wonky, there's no even real point to trading other than for something you ain't got in the decks. Whether it's a region exclusive like Farfetch'd or something that somebody has got from wherever, Problem is, of course, you might have to raise your friendship level if you want to actually use it, and actually do some trading. And that in itself is ridiculous, especially if you can't trade off right off the bat because you've got to be good friends and somebody you met who's, obviously a foreigner because they're not from your country. It makes it really difficult to do those kind of things at that point. And of course, one of the big things people want at trading is the fact that there are region-exclusive Pokemons out there, like Farfetch'd. You can't get that, or Taurus. Taurus you can only get if you're in America. And maybe a few other places I can't really remember, but, unless you're in one of the Asian countries that have Farfetch'd, like, I think, Japan, you can't get it. Which means you're going to have to befriend somebody from there. Then you're also going to have to get yourself within 100 kilometers of each other, just so you can trade that. And then, of course, you also have to build a friendship level with them. So, there's that as well. So even though you may meet somebody and say, oh, you got like 15 of them things. Can I get one? I'll trade you a Taurus. I've got 20 of those floating about. So we can fill out our decks. Yeah, never mind. That's not happening. Yeah. How do you screw up trading? It's simple. You let Niantic deal with your game and handle it, and they will screw it all up. What do you think? You a little bit pissed off at the trading system? Or do you think it's fine as is? Let me know down in the comments below. Until then, I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.